Thank you for your kind invitation. It's a pleasure to be with you all and share views on this important topic and come to some agreement. I think I'm going to be summarizing most of it by what I've heard today. Let me say, from my heart, when I told my family that I've been asked to make this presentation, my sister, who lives in Canada, my brother, who lives in India, sent me lovely writings and lovely views, which I then compiled and put together. And my dear husband corrected it all for me. Well, you've got to have somebody to sort it all out, isn't it? So, as you know, I speak from a Sikh perspective, and the greeting is Sat Sri Akal. Throughout the presentation, I'll be making reference to it, so please take note, and your guidebooks afterwards will have everything. Sikhism is based on the spiritual teachings of Guru Nanak, the first master, and the 9 gurus who succeeded him. The 10th master, Guru Gobind Singh, named the Sikh scripture Guru Granth Sahib as his successor, terminating the line of human gurus and making the scripture internal, religious and spiritual guide for all the Sikhs. Sikhism rejects claim that any specific tradition has monopoly on absolute truth. And you've heard this throughout the morning from all the speakers, and I can see everybody agreeing. It postulates that all people, regardless of their gender, ethnicity, religious belief, or lack of it, are equal before God. Sikh scriptures open with the word Ek Omkar, meaning there is one and only one God. 3 fundamental principles of Sikhism established by Guru Nanak are: Kirt karo, do an honest living. Naam japo, regularly recite the divine name. Vand chako, share your fruit of labor with others. Sikhism teaches followers to transform and find salvation from the 5 evils: lust, rage, greed, attachment, and ego. I think I've moved a slide forward, but that's okay.
You can use the arrow if you want to go back.
Greater than truth is truthful living. That's the holy book, Guru Granth Sahib, page 62. Nanak's sense of moral responsibility equals fair interaction between people under the watchful sight of the true Guru. Taking more than one's fair share is seen as a taboo comparable to eating beef for the Hindus and pork for the Muslims, page 141. On the other hand, charity is key to good life. Caste system voiced for dignity of women. Nanak condemned rituals, superstitions. He started the system of seva, langar, which if you go into all the Sikh gurdwaras, temples, as you may call them, throughout the world, regardless of what it is, a fresh vegetarian meal is cooked by the volunteers of the day, and anybody who enters the premises is encouraged to eat. In fact, Sikhs do feel offended if people don't eat and go, but they won't declare that. But that applies throughout the world anyway. Pangat means collection of people, as you can see, and in the Golden Temple or thousands and thousands of people are served. And over here also, during religious days, non-religious days, people, homeless people, are encouraged to come into the Gurdwara. Refugees who we have to serve, that's what I feel we have to serve, are encouraged to come so that they can get a good hot meal, regardless who they are. Only please do not smoke when you go into a Gurdwara. That's the only thing. And sharing of food, which is very important, as you can see. Amar Das, the 3rd Guru, sought to eradicate the concept of the whale system practiced by some women, I can say Muslim women, and sati system, which was practiced by the Hindus. He encouraged devotees to truthful living, to keep their mind in control, to eat only when hungry, and make honest living, seek company of pious people, and worship the Lord. Har Gobind, the sixth master, formalized the concept of Miri and Piri, and I've got some slides outside which you can read as well, by symbolizing the worldly or political authority and the spiritual strengths. He combined in a manner to be mutually coexistent. Sikhs involved in times of religious persecutions of Hindus. This triggered the foundation of the Cllr, form of Sikhs as formalized by the 10th Guru. Initiation was given as an order to protect the freedom of conscience and religious qualities of saint soldiers to the devotees. Sikhs believe that human beings spend their time in a circle of birth, life, and rebirth. This belief is shared with the followers of other religions such as Hindus, Jains, and Buddhists. Quality of each life depends on their karma. We live in a cynical world that appears to be numbered and helpless in the face of appalling conflict, injustice, and inequality. Current world we live in is scientifically very clever. But blurred in morality. Surprisingly, many people turn towards religion. Sikhs' religion was founded in very difficult and turbulent time. First Master himself was an eyewitness to cruelty, aristocracies, and forced conversion at that time. He challenged the myth of ethnic or religious superiority, as mentioned by previous speakers as well. In his historic words, he said, "Na koi Hindu, na koi Musalman, neither there is a Hindu nor there is a Muslim. God is not interested in labels. Different religions are simply different paths to a goal of understanding and living in conformity with the will of God." Sikh holy book consists of the writings of the Sikh gurus and other Hindu and Muslim saints of the time. The foundation stone of Harmandir Sahib, the Golden Temple, as we all know it, was laid by a Muslim saint. I do not know of any example where the foundation stone of the most sacred religion's shrine has been laid by a saint of another religion. As a Sikh, I'm proud of this tradition of respect for pluralism, coexistence, recognition of differences. The ninth master, Tegh Bahadur, was publicly beheaded to protect the beliefs of other faiths. Central to Sikh religion and belief is the concept of equality. A Sikh woman is given the name Cllr, literally meaning princess. This is to emphasize elevated traits of women taking part in community affairs, national affairs, or world affairs. Social responsibility and spiritual responsibility go hand in hand. Example is of a lotus flower with its roots in muddy water, still flowering beautifully above. Sikhs live in a society, work constantly for their improvement, but always be above its meaningless and pettiness. Commitment to social and political justice through means of preaching violence. Sikhs' teachings predate the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, which in context of human rights also refers to the use of force as a last resort. But even in exceptional use of force, there should be compassion. This is illustrated by a well-known example, incident of a Sikh water carrier serving water to the wounded, irrespective of whether they were friends or foes. I remember as a young girl growing up, my mother or my parents on religious days, we were encouraged often in our Gurdwara, our temple, to serve water to everyone. Not that I understood the meaning at that time, but now I do. And now I do, and I make sure that whenever I speak, somehow or the other, this example gravitates into my speech or into my writings. Sikh teachings remind us that in a quest for greater social and political justice, we must look to man-made defects in our social and political institutions Example is the way nations behave as if their boundaries were in some way God-given, rather than a product of force, aggression, or political compromise in which minorities suffer. As a Sikh, I agree with Pandit Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, who declared, the rights of the minority are more than a responsibility, they are a sacred trust. Finally, Guru Nanak said, looking at the environment, Pavan Guru Pani Pita, Mata Dharam Mahat. Air is a teacher, water is a father, great sacred earth is a mother. EcoSikh, a Sikh organization, urges us to act to reverse the effects of climate change has had on earth and to take action now. If we act now, we can protect our atmosphere, water resources for ourselves and our future generation. To conclude, my experiences on this topic have shown me that today it is important to have an open discussion and understanding of religion's faith through education, discussion, to have an appreciation of the viewpoints of others. It is also paramount to find commonalities of natural acts or deeds that serve all the humanity, although the method and in some ways the instances and ideology may differ. An interactive forum of discussion about commonality of purpose and appreciation of diversity is a strong basis for finding grounds for peaceful coexistence. However, on the other hand, lack of knowledge or inadequate understanding of a perspective of others' viewpoints can lead to missed opportunity and dismay. I can pause here and say we've got a very good opportunity, a great opportunity, and we must take this opportunity forward and get something good going for, if not the whole nation, at least for Wales. In my work with diverse communities, the need to emphasize that respect and tolerance for each other. Viewpoint, I'll start again. In my work with diverse communities, the need to emphasize that respect and tolerance for each other. Viewpoint is paramount, and those who propose views of division are sidelined in a circular society. Thank you.